2007, on the morning of Mother's Day, my mom came in my room and told me that she had to go pick up my brother from jail. My first reaction was, yeah, okay, good job, Mom. But later did I find out that she was very serious. My brother got in a car accident. He was charged with DUI, totaled his car, and almost killed his friend. That day, all of our lives changed forever. Not only is it known as Mother's Day to us, but it's also known as the day we almost lost my brother. Today, I'm going to be talking about drunk driving. I know all of you guys are like, oh, drunk driving, bad, not going to do it. But little do you know how much it really does happen in the U.S. So my first point, I'm just going to show you all the statistics about drunk driving in the U.S. In the past 5 years, there's been 5,700 DUI fatalities in California. In a percentage I found on the website of MAAD, which is Mothers Against Drunk Driving, is that California is number 2 that has in a rank of how many states have DUI fatalities. That's a lot. We're way higher than we need to be. We shouldn't even have that many DUIs. In 2009, California had 950 fatalities where drinking and driving was involved. And then here is a picture of the U.S. and all of the DUIs that have happened. And it's just ridiculous of how many drinking and driving. How you guys think it's not going to happen to you, but that just shows how often it really does happen. Now I'm going to tell you about what happens after people get charged with DUIs and the consequences that they have to go through. Obviously, you get your license taken away, you have to pay a fine, sometimes, and you're on probation for a certain amount of time. In California, if it's someone's first offense, they pay a fine between $390 and $1,300. They are on probation from 3 to 5 years, and they can spend in jail from 48 hours to 6 months just on their first time getting a DUI. And they all have to go to first offender school, and their license could be suspended for 4 to 6 months. So if you guys, imagine not having a license. How would you get to school? You guys, it would be so hard just to get anywhere. I know my brother, he didn't have a license for a year. He was in living hell. He couldn't go anywhere. He didn't want to go anywhere. It's more than just the legal aspect of not being able to get your license. It's also a mental state where you don't want to do anything because you can't. You're not allowed to. And lastly, just kidding. And when you're drinking and driving, here's a woman's face, and the top is your weight, and then the side is how many drinks you have. And it just shows you when you are able to drive. Obviously, people know that .08 is the legal limit, but with everyone's weight, it could be different. And this is the men's. So drinking a lot, obviously, by just one drink, you could really hit your max. It doesn't take that long, take that much drinks to hit .08. Now I'm going to show you different ways of how we can stop drinking and driving. First one is obviously to get a designated driver. Whether it be, one of your friends or, just calling someone to come pick you up. It's not that big of a deal. Everyone finds that being the designated driver, you're not going to have fun, you can't party with everyone, but just think that you're going to be saving not only your lives, but everyone else's lives that are on the road with you. And then the second is to stop, if you're going to have to drive home, is to stop drinking at a certain point where you know that you're comfortable and you're going to be able to drive home, or just to be able to make it home without having to hurt somebody. And by looking at the charts, obviously you can see that you don't really have to drink a lot to hit .08. It's really not that hard to get to the legal limit. A lot of people think, you have to drink a lot, or because of my weight, I don't have to drink as much. But obviously you can see it doesn't take that much. And now that I've shown you all the statistics and the aftermath of being charged and how we can stop drinking, I hope that you guys, when you guys go out and party this weekend or whatever, that you think, well, maybe I shouldn't drink this weekend, or maybe I should just slow down. because I don't want to have to put my life on hold because of my bad decisions. And yeah, thank you.
Gregory, what did you think?
I think it was real good. Beginning, the intro was a huge wake-up call. You know, a lot of people don't know about DUI and the consequences and how the ripple affects family members and friends and so forth. And so that was real well. The demographic chart that she used was really good. It showed a lot. And also what she used as well as the statistics she got from the DMV and also from the MAD panel was very well as well. So everything was really coordinated and flowed in a real smooth mellow time. So kudos.
All right. Krystal, there are 2 or 3 things that are really solid. There are a couple of things that are a little bit iffy. You've got a nice personal story that you use as your identification or as your attention device, and you identify the topic very clearly, which I think is great. But I'm not exactly sure what your purpose is. You don't really have a very clear thesis statement, and there's no preview of what the contents of the speech is going to be. On the other hand, when you're in the body of the speech, you do a good job organizing it, and your signposts are very clear, so I know where you are. So I kind of know how it's developing internally, but from a listener's point of view, you want to set this up more at the beginning so it'll be easier for us to follow. I thought that you got lots of facts and some statistical information in the speech pretty well. The visuals are okay. I tell you what, it really felt like when you started putting up the BAC statistics and, for instance, for women and for men, that felt like it was completely disconnected from what you were talking about at the time. And it was just like, oh, and here's something that I'm sticking in here. There's a way to integrate it into the speech, but it hasn't been done very clearly, and I think that that's a little bit problematic. I like the fact that you tied in your brother's experience in a couple of spots. The first thing that I thought of when you were talking about the penalties, for instance, was the 24 to 48 hours in jail, and I thought, well, did your brother have to go through that? But you immediately followed up, even though you didn't tell us about that experience, you did follow up with the fact that he had lost his license for that period of time, and I thought that you gave us some good illustrations on that. You generally talk to the audience, which is fine. I thought you had a good summary at the end of the speech, but you don't quite have a graceful exit line. It's like you're right there, you're right at the brink of finishing off well, and then it just seems to kind of peter off. So that'll be something to work on for next time. All right, thank you.